They say wise men speak because they have something to say.
Yeah, they also say fools speak because they have to say something.
Well,
here we are.
Yeah, you bit that one.
Well,
right.
well.
Relax.
So, bro, it's been a crazy holiday week and, got all set up with the fams, lots of gifts and fun times, smiles, all that stuff. But I did see, one of the most prestigious and legendary baseball players in history.
Yeah, I have to even go as far as to say the greatest. The greatest of all time. Like overall, achievement-wise, you can have batting titles, you can have this. This man, in my opinion, is the best baseball player all around to ever play the game.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty hard to say something against that, right?
Yeah.
Rickey Henderson has passed away. I mean, he is, like you said, legendary status, and everybody's seen clips of him. But we're going to show a little clip that is a highlight reel of some sorts and kind of talk about some of the achievements that Rickey Henderson had in his career of playing baseball.
Rickey Henderson. Rickey Henderson. She's running. Let's take it. Harry Stroh.
1-0 Rickey Henderson won 3 American League Silver Slug Awards in 1981, 1985, and 1990. He also led the AL in on-base percentage and ops in 1990.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, Silver Slugger, that means the best slugger?
No, he was a batter, dude. The man
I know
was a
he
batter.
was. Yeah.
He was the real deal.
I mean, he definitely not only stole bases, but that's what he's mostly known for.
Because his stolen bases achievements overshadowed everything, right?
Yeah.
Because no one came close to him still to this day.
Yeah, I mean, he led stolen bases, the American League, 12 times. From 1980 to 1986, he led all those years, and then 88 through 91, and then 98 as well.
Man.
I mean, 12 times?
He also led the American League in runs scored 5 times in 1981, 1985, 1986, 1989, and 1990. Wow.
So he scored the most runs. That's like
he's gotten over the base more than anyone.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible. So it also shows he led the AL in bases on balls, so walks in 82, 83, 89, and 98. And was elected an All-Star 10 times.
10-time All-Star. That's absolutely insane.
Wow.
He won World Series titles in 1989 with the Oakland Athletics and in 1993 with the Toronto Blue Jays as well. So he went all the way to the show a couple times. He got himself a couple rings. He went all the way.
Yep. He was the MVP of the American League only once in 1990. But he was the American League Championship Series MVP in '89 and won the American League MVP award. I mean, that's pretty incredible.
Yeah, all these achievements for one player is absolutely incredible. He also won the Gold Glove Award in 1981, the year we were born.
Yeah, the year we were born.
Henderson, what was crazy is he won this award. He was also elected into the Hall of Fame in 2009. But the crazy thing about this is we were born and he had already won the Gold Glove in professional baseball. Like by the time we were coming of age to be able to watch baseball and understand it, he was still balling out.
Well, he was the best.
The greatest.
The best, yeah. I mean, just looking, I know it doesn't say on our stats, but I think he also has the record for most leadoff home runs.
All time.
Still. Yeah.
Still.
I don't know if that'll ever be beaten. I mean, wow,
incredible.
What a catch.
Incredible.
He's just an athlete, man.
Yeah, Rickey was still home. He's still any base. They knew.
1,200. Damn. There it is.
I am the greatest. I'm telling you, he knew he was the greatest.
Woo. Today's episode is proudly sponsored by Zenergy, an exquisite energy supplement designed to nourish both body and mind. Zenergy combines the tranquil, stress-relieving benefits of kava with the focused, energizing properties of kratom extract. This refined fusion provides a smooth, sustained energy that calms the mind while sharpening your focus. Zenergy offers an unparalleled experience of clarity and poise. Go to drinkzenergy.com, drinkxnergy.com.
You know, this is a team sport, right?
Yeah.
You know, we got is it Kobe? Is it LeBron? Is it Michael? Hey, it's Rickey, bitches.
Wow.
Yeah, Rickey is the greatest of all time. There's nobody that's even in the discussion with Rickey Henderson. It's undisputable.
Yeah.
I mean, we could all be fans of other players and their achievements, but like when we're looking at them all in conjunction with each other, hey.
Yeah, and he played for like 30 years or something. Like,
Something
crazy. Now, probably not 30, but it felt like that. He was still going in so many teams, too. It's not like he just was with Oakland A's, which you remember. A lot of people remember him. He was with all kinds of teams.
The crazy thing is I've heard a whole bunch of cool stories about him, like amongst people that I know. And I kind of like stopped watching baseball, man, when I was – after this certain era when we had the Rickey Hendersons, Jose Canseco, Mark McGuire's, these certain type of players that were just larger than life characters,
Yeah.
But I was like, I think the date was like October 25th. I was at my house. October 25th, 2024. This year.
Not too long ago.
This year. And I was there at my house, and I was like talking to my neighbor, my brother Arturo, man, great man, of whom I admire a lot. I was just sitting there talking to him, and down our street came an Escalade, big boy Escalade, pulled up, and it was Rickey Henderson. It was Rickey Henderson. Rickey Henderson hopped out. I got to meet Rickey. Got to take a picture with him, and if you can, John, you can pull up that picture. And I got to actually watch a little bit of the World Series.
That's Rickey, huh?
I got to watch the World Series with Rickey Henderson.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, this last one where the Yankees were there.
Yeah.
You got to watch the World Series of the Yankees with an ex-Yankee.
It was really good. It was really nice to meet him. It was like very fulfilling for me. Like, I bodyguarded all these people for many years, and like, there's only a few people that I have been impressed with.
Okay.
But like starstruck, no.
Yeah.
But Rickey had that though. Rickey had that star power with me.
Really?
So when I met him, I was like, damn. It was emotional. It was big. It was like, man. So, yeah.
Well, so how was he? I mean, he passed away not too, long after you met him. How was he? Did you see that he was healthy? Did he seem happy?
He looked cool. I mean, I really don't know him as well. But again, like, I got to thank my brother Arturo for making that happen for me. That was like fulfilling a lifetime dream for me to meet him. So, yeah. But yeah, he was cool, man. Cool dude, seemed like a regular type dude, but you could see, like me, I can see this. He's a competitor, a great competitor.
Yeah.
And he could have been anything. He could have been a fighter. That's what I see. Like, that's what I saw when I looked in his eyes when I met him. I was like, oh, this dude's a killer. He could have been anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, man. Like, yeah, I would like to extend our condolences from the Gambler and the Guardian to the family, to the wife and kids, and loved ones of Rickey Henderson.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, thanks, Ricky,
Thank you.
for keeping baseball exciting, especially in our youth. Coming up, seeing you steal those bases, and just not just that, but you were fairly outspoken, and we're happy, and it sucked that you never played for the Giants because I had to see you doing all this right across the bay, and lighting us up. But hope you're doing well up there, and thanks for everything you did for us, and may your soul continue passing on to the next one.
Yeah, man.
Wow, what a way to start this episode, man. Yeah. Like I feel my heart a little bit, little heartstrings.
Yeah, we're gonna take a little bit of a different type of turn today with this episode that we're doing. We would like to do something for the grown and sexy here today.
The grown and
sexy, because that's what we are. Go. Damn it. Though us and those who are like us, who are out here. How is it? Adulting?
Adulting.
Is that correct?
Man, I'm still learning this adulting thing.
I think that's what they call it.
Yeah, that is what they call it. It's a thing.
When we sometimes we don't know things, we need a little bit of help. We need a little bit of assistance. And when we're in relationships, to get that can be difficult. To get assistance in understanding, to get both people to be on a level of understanding of what is the word I'm looking for? Alignment, right?
Alignment, yeah.
It's a little difficult to achieve that when something's happening, when emotions are risen.
Yeah, and you're going through something.
Right.
Challenging times, life.
And when things are good, it's not common practice to go backwards to say, hey, let's revisit this.
Oh, yeah, because there's always something else moving forward and you're happy, yeah. For sure. So this article, we found it on the personal branding blog, and we're going to do a few articles from there today. This one's written by Isabel Chase, and it's titled, "If You Want to Connect with Her Heart, Start Doing These 8 Unexpected Things."
Well, 1, listen to her. When it comes to connecting with someone on a deeper level, it's not your words, but your ability to listen that truly matters. I would have to say that's true.
Yeah, for sure.
Knowing that someone is listening to you, it's either them being disruptive, that's going to show you that they're not, or possibly their response might indicate to you that they were not listening to you.
So I just listened to you. And I almost caught myself doing one of those things where I listened to say something back.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's big right there. Sometimes that's a thing, like when we're emotionally charged, we might have something that we really feel so hard about that we're like, nah, this is going to be said. Like, no matter what you say.
Yeah, so you're waiting to say it, so they stop talking. It's like, boom, you hit them with it before you allowed what they said to resonate with you, to have it work through.
Process it, right?
To process it. Yeah. Wow, so listening is the key thing there, for sure.
I can see how that would be number 1, for sure.
Yeah. So the article says, in pursuit of understanding a woman's heart, the first step is often one most overlooked: simply listening. You see, we live in a world that constantly encourages us to speak our minds and assert ourselves. Yet when it comes to connecting with someone on a deeper level, it's not your words, but your ability to listen that truly matters. Listening isn't about merely staying quiet while she talks. It's about truly understanding what she is saying, acknowledging her feelings and her thoughts. It's about showing genuine interest in her stories, experiences, fears, and dreams, and yes, even those seemingly trivial day-to-day details that she shares. Wow. It says, when you listen to a woman with genuine interest and empathy, you're sending her a powerful message. You're telling her that her words matter, her feelings are valid, that she is seen and heard. This simple yet unexpected act of listening can create a deep connection with her heart that words often fail to achieve. But remember, it has to be genuine. Listening with half an ear while scrolling through your phone won't cut it. Give her your undivided attention and watch the connection grow. Yeah, very well written, this article is.
I think thinking like a word that stood out to me was assertive.
Yeah.
The
world we live in is
the
assertive.
difficulty that we have is removing. It's like about us. These things, a lot of times, they have to do with us, or they're about us, or it has a direct impact on us some kind of way, relationship wise. These conversations.
Yeah, they do.
So it's like the difficulty, in my opinion, comes in. It's not like any other topic of which you might be able to remove yourself from it to have a better scope and understanding of it.
Yeah.
So it's still like, as much as you may be trying to listen, like I myself, if I'm being honest, I am an emotionally charged person. So, I might have difficulty doing that. And while I'm even doing it, trying to do it, I still feel that weight,
Yeah,
it still
for
feels
sure.
heavy.
I'm with that too. I definitely know the people I appreciate most in my life are the ones that are willing to listen.
Me too. 100%.
No doubt about it.
Yep. I value people to me too.
So number 2.
Okay. Show vulnerability. This is a huge one, especially for men. On the journey of connecting with her heart, I discovered the power of being vulnerable. For a long time, I believed that showing strength meant keeping my emotions in check, not revealing any weaknesses. But that was until I met Sarah. Sarah was someone I deeply admired and wanted to connect with. But no matter how hard I tried, there was always a wall between us. I was always the strong, unflappable guy who seemed to have everything under control. One day, I decided to take a different approach. I shared with her my fears about a project at work, my insecurities about not being good enough, and the pressure I felt to always be strong. To my surprise, instead of pushing her away, it brought her closer. She appreciated my honesty and began to open up about her own fears and insecurities. Before long, we had connected on a level I hadn't previously thought possible. Showing vulnerability doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're human. It allows you to connect with her on a deeper level, as it shows your authenticity and courage. It's unexpected, but incredibly effective.
Wow, dude.
That's an interesting insight there.
Yeah, so I've experienced this a lot myself. I went through an intense leadership program that was about a year long. And, weeks at a time, we were, stuck in with each other, our team, and then we put our what we were going to do down on a piece of paper, and it was called your letter of commitment. And going through the process of leadership, the thing that I was lacking was vulnerability. And I was challenged by my team to open up, essentially. And through the process of leadership, I did. And now I lead with this. And they kept on saying, it's the strongest piece of you when you're vulnerable, because we see someone that we see is strong, but you're being vulnerable. So that allows us to feel strong. And ever since then, I kind of tweaked how I was being and showed that piece of me. And it's changed my life in a huge way.
I absolutely believe that. This message is from me to men, man. Listen, being vulnerable is important. Tony and I were born in 1981. We were raised in the 80s and the 90s, and kind of in a time where we were taught being tough was being a man.
Yeah, crying.
Crying was not optional.
Not okay.
Expressing yourself verbally about emotions was not okay. So I entered into life with that mentality, and, you know, it did not do me very well at all. And I was very fortunate that I was able to come out of a lot of situations, you know, okay. But not everybody's going to be able to do that. Not everyone's going to have those blessings. With that being said, you can, if you want to go live off grid somewhere and be by yourself with nature, that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you want to live a successful life in society, you can't get anywhere in life without people. There's only so much you can do by yourself, right?
Yeah.
You can get good at a lot of things, but you're not going to be able to do every job well. That's just how it is. And if, you know, winning matters to you, you need members of your team that can do their job to the best of their abilities, that, you know, and just the same goes in relationships.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. And I'd say to the men out there too, being vulnerable doesn't mean you're weak. For me, and there's many other people like me, when someone shows vulnerability, it actually means they're strong, because they're willing to put themselves out there in a way that most people wouldn't. And that shows that they have personal strength and dedication to themselves to be able to lift up and attack any challenge, which is what, you know, the story that Nathan just read.
But the first thing vulnerability does is it brings approachability.
Yes.
You know, it makes so me, I'm a big guy. You know, I'm 6'7". I'm not the hugest guy, but I'm 6'7", and some may think that to be an imposing figure. You want to be approachable.
You got to be that's key.
You got to be approachable, and vulnerability is a big part of that.
Big way to make you approachable.
Yeah.
It brings down the guard of others.
Yes.
Yeah.
Today's episode is proudly sponsored by Zenergy, an exquisite energy supplement designed to nourish both body and mind. Zenergy combines the tranquil, stress-relieving benefits of kava with the focused, energizing properties of kratom extract. This refined fusion provides a smooth, sustained energy that calms the mind while sharpening your focus. Zenergy offers an unparalleled experience of clarity and poise. If you're interested in this product, go on drinkzenergy.com. That's drinkxnergy energy.com. Thank you again, Zenergy. We appreciate you guys.
Moving on to number 3 here. Remember the small details. So this one's important. We'll keep this one a little quick, but small details is like, yeah, you think of her birthday when it is, right? I don't consider that a small detail. That's like a pretty big one.
That's a regular thing.
Yeah, but like, you know, you remember her Starbucks order when you go in and she goes, "Hey, I'm gonna go to the bathroom." You're like, "Oh, I already ordered it," and then she realizes you knew her exact order. Like, that's a small detail, but that could be something that.
Well, in my case, I think perception is the perception of the other person, how they see it, right? Your perception is your reality. Just because you see something some way doesn't mean that the other person does.
Yep.
And some things that my lady wants to make sure are done every day or else they'll drive her crazy, to me are not as much of a big deal.
Yeah.
And like when I think I'm doing a million things and I think I'm doing everything like I'm supposed to, and I neglect any of those things, it causes an issue.
Because in your head, it wasn't that big of a deal, but for her, this is
vital.
It's vital. Wow.
So it all depends on what we think about, like, as a man, from a man's perspective, we cannot look at what they see and think it is big. So maybe look at the small details. Just look at the small details.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you realize how important it is for them.
Yeah, the small details for us may have major significance with them.
Yeah. Wow. I like that one. I like that one. It's something that is very simple to do if you actually are being present with her and listen and are trying to understand her. That'll make her feel appreciated.
Yes.
And that's literally the next one. Show appreciation. Here we go on show appreciation. So in the hustle and bustle of life, we often take people for granted, especially those closest to us. Showing appreciation, an unexpected yet powerful way to connect with her heart. It's not about grand gestures or expensive gifts. More often than not, it's the small, genuine expressions of gratitude that carry the most weight. Appreciate her for who she is and what she does, whether it's her kindness, her strength, her cooking, or even her quirky sense of humor. I'd say especially her quirky sense of humor. A simple thank you or I appreciate you goes a long way in making her feel valued and loved. When she feels appreciated, it strengthens the connection between you and opens up deeper levels of intimacy. So go ahead, express your gratitude genuinely and frequently. It might be unexpected, but it's a surefire way to connect with her heart.
So so this is again something different, right? Whatever it is, right? What this is really speaking to is like the love language, like of the other person. Like what is that? So like, in my case, like my lady's not big on words of affirmation. She doesn't care about that.
Yeah.
Actions is what speaks to her. You know, there's certain things that, you know, again, we all have different love languages, but that's just something to pay attention to.
Is how she will feel appreciated. Because something that you'll do for her that you would feel appreciated isn't necessarily something that she would be like, wow, you appreciate me right now.
Correct. And like, let's just also be honest with ourselves and take it like all of these things are necessary, but we are all works in progress. This is not something that will come overnight, sure. You know. We're building together, and that's what it's about, you know, growing, building together, having the understanding, like, take it easy on each other, guys. You know, if you're in it to win it, you guys ain't going nowhere. Just be kind to each other.
Yeah. Oh, that's definitely one.
Yeah.
The next one on the list here is number 5. It's support her dreams.
Support her dreams. Every person carries with them a set of dreams, those deeply held aspirations that give purpose and meaning to life. When you genuinely support her dreams, you're connecting with a fundamental part of her being.
Yeah. Oh, that's for sure, man.
This goes beyond just nodding in agreement with when she talks about her aspirations. It's about actively encouraging her, believing in her abilities, and standing by her side, even when the going gets tough.
Wow.
When she feels your genuine support for her dreams, it creates a deep emotional connection. She knows that you're not just there for the good times, but you're also willing to walk with her through the challenges that come with pursuing dreams. This unexpected level of commitment and support can touch her heart in a profound way, creating a bond that is both powerful and enduring. It sends a clear message. I believe in you.
Whoa.
I'm here for you. Your dreams matter to me. And that, my friend, is a connection straight to her heart. This writer is eloquent. My goodness.
Yeah, that is eloquent. So, Nathan,
Yeah.
I believe in you. I'm here for you. And your dreams matter to me. How did that feel?
Thank you. I think that felt nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, hearing that.
Probably not going to be the same from you as it would be from my lady, but you know, it was nice.
But knowing that, to have somebody believe in you and being there for you and knowing that your dreams matter, that's one of the biggest things. I mean, just for me and my
Full
relationship
support.
with my daughter, that's what it's about.
Full support. Yeah.
You know?
I like that.
Yeah. And if you want your lady to support you in your dreams, well, you should know that she's got dreams too. And support her in hers.
Yes. The next one is be patient.
Oh.
Comes with discipline. When you rush things, you risk missing out on the subtleties that make her unique. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's going to be some ladies watching this too, and I would say you guys do the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it goes both ways.
For all these.
I think everything that we're talking about how to, for a guy, because we're two guys, to get in a woman's heart properly.
We would like to say,
nurture it.
all of this for your partner, whomever it may be.
Yeah, that's probably a better way to put it, but it's not how the article
That's not
was
how
written.
it was written, but we would like to we would start to translating it in that way because it makes sense.
It makes sense to me too, because I'm thinking of other relationships in my life. I don't have a girlfriend at this time. I want one. What's up? Maybe this will source her into my world.
Let's go.
Yeah, but on the same note, I have great relationships with lots of women, and I see that all these things that are there are stuff that I tried to do, and some that I'm not that good at, that now that I'm seeing it, I'm like, oh, well, I get to be more supportive of their dreams and a little bit more patient, and that would help me, with those relationships.
Showing vulnerability for me is something that I'm getting better at, but it's still not enough. I was raised basically by like a human wolf, right? So I'm a late bloomer when it comes to some of these things. A little bit of a slow learner, and also the different aspects of vulnerability. It's so many different ways to be vulnerable and places that you can be vulnerable. So that's another thing to look out for.
Oh, for sure, man. Number 7 is show kindness, right? And that's simple, but
Do you want to shoot some of that be patient in there?
Yeah, we could go. Yeah, go for it, man.
All right.
Yeah.
I've always been a go-getter, someone who wants things to happen quickly. But when it came to connecting with her heart, I learned the invaluable lesson of patience. Connecting on a deeper level isn't something that happens overnight. It's a journey filled with moments of joy, pain, discovery, and growth. It requires time and, more importantly, patience. When you rush things, you risk missing out on the subtleties that make her unique, but when you're patient, you allow the relationship to grow organically. You give her the space to open up at her own pace. Okay.
Wow. Yeah.
Being patient shows that you respect her as an individual and are willing to wait for a genuine connection to form. This unexpected show of patience can truly touch her heart and create a connection that is both deep and lasting. Okay.
That makes a lot of sense. When you rush things, you risk missing out on the subtleties that make her unique.
But also, I think taking your time with someone, like me, for example, like some people, if they take their time with me, that shows me that they care more.
Good call.
And there's more value in that.
Yeah, they're not trying to rush it.
Yeah, you're not something that they're just trying to blow through,
move through, go to the next
get
thing.
it done.
Yeah,
get you out the way. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think that's a big deal.
All right, man. I just learned a lesson in patience. He said, "Hey, pull back. Let's go back to patience."
That was for you, but
that was for me.
Patience is a very, very big deal. So, they say patience is a virtue.
Yeah.
And not all people are virtuous. you know, if you have the ability to be patient a little bit, work on being a little bit more and honing it to make it what it really is. It's a great, patience is a great thing. It's a great thing to have. Patience brings poise.
Yeah.
Poise brings control, you know? So, yeah.
Yeah. I like how you really dug into patience. You're definitely a patient person too.
Sometimes patience, I'm considered to be an extremely patient person, but patience can also be to your detriment if you're not careful. You know, you have to know when to cut bait. You know, when to cut that, when to cut the cord. And,
Yeah.
you know, separate yourself from things. You know, or else patience can lead you into a lot of lost time.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Number 7 is show kindness. Kindness is more than a virtue. It's a bridge that connects hearts. When you show kindness, not just to her, but to everyone around you, it sends a clear message about the kind person you are. You see acts of kindness, no matter how small, have an impact. They show that you're considerate, compassionate, and value others. When she sees you treating the waiter with respect, helping an elderly person cross the street, or even showing compassion to an animal, it touches her heart. It shows her that you have the capacity to love and to care for others. This demonstration of kindness can be unexpected but incredibly attractive. It creates a deep connection with her heart and shows her the kind of partner you can be. So go ahead and let your kindness shine through. It's one of the most beautiful ways to connect with her heart.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I kind of drive my lady crazy with that stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, bro.
Well,
You know me. I'm a bubbly person. Like I like hug strangers in Costco and
Yeah.
Safeway.
Yeah.
Like I'm one of those people that like
Yeah, me too.
I get into heartfelt conversations with strangers at the
Yep.
drop of a hat, randomly, anytime, all the time. It's a big part of my purpose in life.
Yeah.
So I serve it up whenever I can. It's like, what is here? Here we go. Let's go. It brings me joy, and I know when I walk away from that person, something else has been fulfilled in somebody else as well.
I love that. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. I think that's great. But I could also see how Yana, with how she is, she's like, come on, man, let's get moving, man.
Yeah, she's an introverted extrovert,
Yeah.
right? Really an introvert, but she's a self-taught extrovert enough
Yeah.
to do what she has to do to live life amongst humanoids.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
And me, I'm not. I'm out there.
Yeah, you're out
Yeah,
there.
I'm out there.
So this speaks on you right now. Number 8, be genuine.
Be genuine. At the end of the day, there's nothing more powerful than authenticity.
Yep.
If you truly want to connect with her heart, be genuine. Being genuine means being true to who you are. It's about showing your real self, not a version you think she might like. It's about being honest with your feelings, your thoughts, and your strengths, and yes, even your flaws. Authenticity creates trust, fosters intimacy, and builds a connection that is real and profound. When you're genuine, she sees the real you, not a facade. This authenticity might be unexpected in a world where many people wear masks, but it's the most beautiful gift you can give to her and yourself. It's not just about connecting with her heart. It's also about being true to yours. And my dad, something that he always said to me from childhood all the way up to now, fortunately, he's still with me. To thine own self be true.
Yeah.
So this means if you can't be true to yourself, you cannot be true to anyone. So upon entry into any type of relationship, being genuine is the most important thing that you can do, because you might not realize it, you are setting expectations with your behavior, with how you conduct yourself, with how you are, portraying yourself to be. This is what someone receives and then puts it in their brain and says, hey, this is what I think this person wants back. I like this. This is in alignment with who I am and what I believe. But if you are not being genuine and you have entered into this relationship in this way, you have to carry this out forever. And there's going to be a disconnect there. There's going to be an impasse all the time. There's always going to be something that's there that needs to be resolved because it didn't start out true. And, a lot of times we have to be very careful with this when we enter into relationships. Check your intentions at the door. Make sure that your intentions are whole when you're entering into a relationship alongside with this.
Yeah, and there's different stages of a relationship. When you first meet somebody, it seems like, there's all this excitement, right? But then also it's the learning process of getting to know each other and who they genuinely are as people. And they say that takes a year to go through, because then you start learning all these things as you go through, and the infatuation starts peeling off, And so if you could enter in and be genuinely yourself from the beginning, then it makes it a lot easier for someone to actually love you.
To truly love you.
Yeah, to truly love you.
Because they fell in love with who you really are.
Who you really are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, that article was pretty incredible. I'm glad we were able to touch base on it. Listen to her, show vulnerability, remember the small details, show appreciation, support her dreams, be patient, show kindness, and be genuine are the keys, the 8 unexpected things that you do if you want to connect with her heart.
And again, his heart, her heart, their heart, whoever your partner is, if this makes sense to you, we would love you to. I hope this helps somebody out there. I hope this helps somebody, because when I took a look at this stuff, I was like, man, this is excellent information. And there's probably some people out there that could use this. There's a lot of people out there talking about what people are complaining about.
Oh, yeah.
And talking about this lady thinks this and this guy thinks that. Listen, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Like, that's all fine. That's for other people to do. We would like to bring people together here. We would like to help people live a more harmonious life. And hopefully, again, that this is able to help somebody do that a little bit more.
Yeah, once again, thank you to the Personal Branding Blog and Isabel Chase for writing that article.
Thank you, Miss Isabel.
And this article is, again, from the Personal Branding Blog. But this one's written by Tina Fey.
Yeah, Miss Tina Fey. Miss Tina Fey, this is fire. Thank you for writing this. I found this to be, this is prolific. This is great information. Everyone needs this.
Yeah, I agree. So this article's titled 7 Phrases to Use When Your Partner Needs Reassurance and Validation, according to a relationship expert.
Yeah, we should have started this all by saying Anthony and I, we're no relationship experts.
Yeah, for real.
Let's make this clear. So, yeah, the information that we're giving to you guys is from relationship experts.
Yeah, and we're continuously in a stage of personal growth, right?
Self-improvement.
And Nate has a relationship he's been going on for a long time, and I don't have one currently in my life, but I want one. And so going through this stuff is a way for us to learn and a way for us to hopefully get our audience a totally different perspective, because we're up here talking about all these crazy things going on in the world, and then we come out and do something like this.
Yeah, we trying to show you guys that, we got a little bit of
versatility.
Yeah, this is necessary. We all need this.
Yeah, so 7 phrases to use when your partner needs reassurance and validation, according to a relationship expert.
Navigating the world of emotions and communication in a relationship is no easy feat. You often find yourself trying to reassure your partner, validate their feelings, and make them feel loved. But finding the right words can be a challenge. That's where I come in. As a relationship expert, I've spent years studying the best ways to communicate effectively in relationships. It's not about just saying the right things, but also about how you say them. In this article, we'll explore 7 powerful phrases you can use when your partner needs reassurance and validation. These are not just random phrases. They are carefully chosen statements that have been proven to work in many different scenarios.
All right, so the first one, I hear you. In the realm of relationships, nothing quite matches the power of validation. When your partner is feeling insecure or uncertain, your ability to validate their feelings can make all the difference. One key phrase to use in such a situation is, I hear you. It's simple, yet incredibly effective. This phrase signifies your willingness to listen and understand their side of the story. Tells your partner that you're not just physically present, but also mentally and emotionally invested in what they're going through. I hear you puts their concerns at the forefront, making them feel seen and heard. This can provide a sense of relief and comfort even in the midst of difficult circumstances. But remember, saying I hear you is just the first step. You have to follow it up by actually listening, understanding, and responding appropriately to their concerns. Because as important as it is to say the right things, actions always speak louder than words.
2, you're not wrong. At first glance, this phrase might seem a bit counterintuitive. After all, aren't we supposed to reassure our partners by telling them they're right?
Yeah.
Well, not necessarily. The phrase, you're not wrong, can often be more effective in providing reassurance and validation. It's a subtle shift in language that does 2 things. First, it validates their feelings or perspectives without necessarily agreeing with them. This is particularly useful when you might have a differing opinion, but you still want to acknowledge their feelings. Second, it avoids turning the conversation into a debate about who's right and who's wrong. It moves the focus away from winning an argument and towards understanding each other's viewpoints. So the next time you find yourself in a tricky situation with your partner, try slipping a, you're not wrong. You might be surprised at how well it works. I can co-sign that.
Oh, yeah.
That's one of my tactics.
I've used that before. I say I've used it. You say it's one of your tactics, but it's really we're trying to make sure we have a good connection in a relationship.
Though, it actually, what it does is it helps to back that guard off a little bit.
Yeah, when it says it moves the focus away from winning an argument.
Even though they say
you're
like
not wrong.
You're not saying you're right, but you kind of are in a way. So it's kind of like, oh, you're not saying I'm wrong, so okay.
Yeah, so now I'll let my guard down and be open up to hear what you're saying a little bit because you say I'm not wrong.
Human psychology.
Yeah, I mean that's a good one. You know, number 3, I value your perspective. We all view the world through our own unique lenses, and our partners are no exception. When they share their feelings or opinions with us, it's an invitation into their world. A phrase I often recommend is, I value your perspective. It's a simple statement that goes a long way in making your partner feel validated and important. By saying this, you're not only acknowledging their thoughts and feelings, but also showing respect for their individuality. It's a subtle reminder that you see them as an equal partner, not just someone to agree or disagree with. Yeah, Keep in mind, it's not just about saying the phrase, it's about genuinely valuing their perspective, even if you don't always agree. It's about creating a safe place where both of you can share your thoughts and feelings without fear of judgment or rejection.
4. This is a really good one. Let's figure this out together. When your partner is feeling low or facing a problem, it's natural to want to jump in and solve it for them. But sometimes what they really need is not a solution, but a companion in their struggle. I like that. I think I might be one of those people.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, sometimes people are just looking for a shoulder to lean on. Sometimes they're looking for an ear. You know, it's just sometimes they just want to get it out.
And somebody to go through it with them. They just don't want to do it alone.
That's it.
Like,
one phrase that encapsulates this idea, let's figure this out together. Instead of taking over, you're offering your support and partnership. This phrase sends a powerful message. You're not alone, and we're a team.
yeah.
In the wise words of Helen Keller, alone we can do so little, but together we can do so much. This phrase aligns perfectly with that sentiment. It's about showing your partner that no matter what happens, you're there to face it with them.
Yeah, that's big, man. It definitely is showing how you don't want to go through a lot of this stuff by yourself. And especially when you have a significant other that's in your life, you're wanting to do it together, and figuring it out together means you're both going to work through this challenge at the same time and in unison.
Yeah, you can have the confidence in your relationship that is solid, right? And that we're doing this together, and that, you know, the security in that is a big deal.
Yeah, I think that's great, you know.
Today's episode is proudly sponsored by Zenergy, an exquisite energy supplement designed to nourish both body and mind. Zenergy combines the tranquil, stress-relieving benefits of kava with the focused, energizing properties of kratom extract. This refined fusion provides a smooth, sustained energy that calms the mind while sharpening your focus. Zenergy offers an unparalleled experience of clarity and poise. Go to drinkzenergy.com, drinkxnergy.com.
The next one here,
I appreciate you.
yeah. I mean, this was kind of in the last article that we did as well. I appreciate you, right?
It's a big
In the
deal.
hustle and bustle of life, it's easy to take your partners for granted. We often forget to express our appreciation for the little things they do. That's why I appreciate you is such a powerful phrase. It's a simple yet heartfelt expression of your gratitude and love. Phrase doesn't just validate their actions, it validates their worth to you. It shows your partner that you've seen their efforts and they matter to you. I mean, wow. I think that's just a great thing. We talked about it in the last article as well. It seems to be coming up, right? Appreciation. People want to feel appreciated, just like I do or you do.
Yeah, I dig it. 6, you're capable. In moments of doubt or insecurity, your partner may need a boost of confidence. And sometimes the best way to provide that is through a simple phrase. You're capable. This phrase is a powerful validation of their abilities and strengths. It shows your belief in them, which can be incredibly reassuring. From personal experience, I can tell you this phrase has a profound impact. I've seen it uplift my partner's spirits and inspire them to tackle challenges head on. And if you're enjoying these insights and want more relationship advice on your feed, feel free to follow me on Facebook. Yeah. Who is this again? Miss Tina Fey?
Yeah, this is Tina Fey.
Follow Miss Tina Fey on Facebook.
Yeah, she's doing a good job
dope.
here. Yeah, you're capable. that is giving them confidence, because a lot of people have a fear of not being good enough, or
Inadequacy.
Fear of inadequacy. So saying you're capable literally is the opposite of that. It's boosting their
And
confidence.
people that feel that way, they just good people. If they even care enough to feel that way
I mean, you're right.
about what you think about them and what they're doing, they just good people.
Yeah, that's true.
Take it easy on them.
So the last one here, number 7, is I made a mistake. Now, this is a one, might not be easy to say, but it's incredibly important. Admitting when you're wrong is a critical part of any healthy relationship.
Mm-hmm.
The phrase I made a mistake is a raw, honest, and vulnerable. It's an admission that you're not perfect and that you're willing to own up to your errors. This kind of honesty can be both validating and reassuring for your partner. It shows them that you value the relationship more than your ego. Moreover, it sets the stage for open communication and problem solving. It paves the way for discussions about what went wrong and how to avoid such mistakes in the future. Remember, nobody's perfect. We all make mistakes. What matters is how we handle them, and admitting our faults is the first step towards resolution and growth. Yeah, so this article, 7 phrases to help when your partner needs reassurance and validation.
That last one was, I made a mistake.
Yeah.
That speaks to vulnerability.
Yeah. Totally.
That speaks to vulnerability.
Totally. You see how both of these articles kind of have some of the same stuff.
Yeah.
When it comes
They
to
coincide with each other for sure.
Yeah, giving them reassurance and validation. And then the first piece was about how to connect with the heart. And so a lot of reassurance and validation comes from your heart.
100%.
So once again, just to read through these, do you want to read through these real quick? Nate?
Sure. 1, I hear you. 2, you're not wrong. 3, I value your perspective. 4, let's figure this out together. 5, I appreciate you. 6, you're capable. And 7, I made a mistake.
Wow. So anybody who says these kind of phrases is definitely coming from an authentic, genuine kind of perspective.
Yeah, it seems like they're ready to do the work.
That's what it sounds like to me. Yeah. Wow, that article was great. I love how using these phrases can totally support in building strong relationships with the people I love.
Yeah, and thanks for sitting with us on this and having the patience to sit and listen through this stuff right here. And again, if this is for you, if this is something that helps you in your life, with your partner and your relationship, that's what it's for. And yeah, I'm glad that we would have any contribution in that.
This next one that we got coming up is definitely not the same as this, but you never know. Luigi Mangione might have had a similar kind of childhood.
Before we get into that Luigi Mangione thing, there's something I would like to say about Luigi Mangione. Because we covered that story on the last episode, but there was something that I meant to say that I did not say, and I feel like it's very important that it is said. I feel like there's a really big disconnect between with humans right now, and when I say that, there's a lot of talk of people very easily talk about unaliving people nowadays.
They do.
People very easily talk about this and very easily celebrate the unaliving of people. And if you have a emotional attachment to a situation, that's one thing. But like, to be a fan of someone's soul leaving the planet, it's not cool at all. What this kid did, whatever the reason, the act that was done was cowardice. Now, the sentiment that he may have had in doing what he did, some people may agree with why, quote unquote. But in my opinion, there's never a reason why to gun down someone that's kind of just doing their job, one. And two, even bigger for me, you don't shoot a man in the back.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that.
I don't care who you are. There's nothing admirable about that.
Yeah.
If you do something, I was always a big fan of doing it, you let the man see you.
Yeah.
That man deserved to see who
his killer was.
Who it was that did this to him. So, with that being said, again, those actions are not something I stand by. And here at the Gambler and the Guardian, we do not.
Yeah, essentially what Nate's saying that I completely agree with is we're not okay with.
We cannot celebrate this.
People
we cannot
killing
celebrate,
other people.
We can unaliving, right? We cannot celebrate this kid as a hero because it brought light to something that a whole bunch of people don't like and disagree with.
Yeah.
Now, this all started many years ago now, maybe 12, 15 years now, when they started what was called the Affordable Care Act. When this happened, was created the global health type organization.
Like it is now.
Like it is now. And I know one person, I know one person that read the Affordable Care Act.
Yeah.
And he told me it took him 2 months and it was over 3,000 pages long.
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, when it was brought before it was the Senate or whoever it was that had to pass it, Congress, I don't remember, but they had given them so many hours to review it.
Yeah, so nobody was able to read it.
So they pulled the jerk move and instituted this. Now, I am in agreement that health care is a human right, and it should be accessible to everyone. But I don't think that what they did is helping everyone, and it's kind of showing, and it's getting to a boiling point now.
Yeah, it seems like, this Mangione case is now becoming a bigger thing, right?
It's going to set precedent for sure.
There's some kind of precedent, yeah, and at least there hasn't been anybody else that has done anything like this. So no copycatters type thing like we talked about on the last one?
Not as yet, no.
So let me read this article that just came out. And it essentially says, Luigi Mangione, judge married to former healthcare executive, right? So Luigi Mangione's pretrial judge is married to former executive at Pfizer, according to a shocking report. Magistrate Judge Catherine Parker, who has handled Mangione's pretrial hearings, is married to Brett Parker, who stopped working at Pfizer in 2010. She also has hundreds of thousands in stock, according to reporting journalist Ken Klipperstein. The judge holds between 50 and 100,000 in Pfizer, including stock in other healthcare industry companies like Abbott Laboratories, Viatris, and CRISPR Therapeutics. Her husband still collects a pension from his former employer. Parker also has holdings in Alphabet, Google, Amazon, Microsoft, Tesla, and Apple, amongst others. United is the indecipherable largest company in the U.S. by market cap, behind only Apple, Google, Walmart. Mangione's alleged manifesto read, the reality is these indecipherable indecipherable have simply gotten too powerful, and they continue to abuse our country for immense profit because the American public has allowed them to get away with it.
That judge needs to be recused from the case.
Well, so let's just talk this through a little bit. So what I see is
There's a conflict in interest.
she owns these stocks.
Yeah.
Her husband worked at Pfizer. That essentially,
That's pharma.
yeah, it's
That's
pharma.
big-
So
big
she's
pharma.
essentially potentially jaded based on, well, what happens affects her personally.
Yeah, she has too much of a personal interest in this case, like just based on her lifestyle, like literally, like it's too much of a conflict in interest, bro.
So let me ask you this, Nathan.
Yeah,
So how many judges do you think own pharma in their portfolio? Because they invest in hedge funds, they invest in Vanguard, they invest in all these. So how many of them?
they're gonna have to do.
Is
They're
it
gonna have to do.
everyone?
They're gonna have to do their job, or else this is gonna keep happening, and the people are. Because guess what? They did not make this announcement. The people did, as usual. The media, no, not regular media. The people, right? People like us is out here doing this research to find out stuff like this, and it's going to keep happening unless they put the right people in place to do their job the right way. We're going to keep having this problem. This is the age of information, and we ain't playing out here right now.
Yeah, and so what we're getting is a bunch of information related to, the judge that's, making decisions on his case. And, I could understand how people would say, well, how is this unbiased that this judge owns that stock and has
My question is, why would you be willing to take the chance?
Okay, so what do they do?
They gotta replace that judge.
So replace the judge, put in a different judge? Do this different judge, what's the chance that in one of the mutual funds that they own the same stuff?
Hey, we gotta go.
I'd
We gotta
say
go
it's
through
like-
them. We gotta go through them.
I can't imagine that a judge doesn't own some of this
Like
stuff.
again, don't know the truth to that, but like again, supposedly, his lawyer and Diddy's lawyer are married or some. Like, listen, that's that world. They got these connections, but this judge, when it comes to judges, right, being
Unbiased?
no, well, judges are appointed, right?
Yeah.
So, an appointed official, they can just appoint another official. You understand? Like, they're gonna know more about the judges. The people that appoint the judges, they know who they'll appoint. Like this, they know what they're doing, bro. These people are just effing around, bro, trying to get their people in place so they can jerk this kid.
Yeah, I definitely see some of that going on. That this is what Mangione.
I say jerk this kid as if he didn't unalive somebody by shooting him in the back, but I'm just saying, like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean that he should be disciplined.
Oh,
I mean to the fullest extent, that's
extent
not
of the law,
okay.
yeah.
And from what it sounds like, he's okay with that.
yeah, nah, he knew
You
what
know?
he signed up for, but like my only thing is the feds getting involved, and now he has two cases now. He has the federal case and he has the local case too. I don't know about this one, man. This is weird. I'm more apprehensive of the kid being in freaking federal custody.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm more worried that he'll Epstein himself
Oh,
in the feds. Like where he's at right now. Like I saw a story the other night. These they were outside of the jail. These reporters, and they were like, "Does Luigi Mangione have a TV?" No! You can hear all the dudes inside the jail yelling out, answering their questions, bro.
whoa.
Yeah, it was pretty wild. Like, yeah, they mess with him in there. They like free Luigi up in there. They going ham for him.
Oh, all the prisoners.
Yeah, they going ham for him. But like once he gets in the feds, like, good luck.
It's gonna be a different thing.
Good luck.
Different thing altogether. I don't know. I mean that maybe it's the same thing but bigger because it's not like the prisoners in Fed lockup haven't been a part of the same system or have family members that are a part of the same system and all the stuff that's happened.
I feel like nobody's ever going to know the truth about what's really going on with this case. I feel like it's not a cut and dry. This kid walked up and did this thing. Like, something's definitely funky with this.
For sure.
The guy was on the way to a shareholder meeting. The majority shareholders of this company are Vanguard, State Street,
BlackRock.
and BlackRock.
Yeah.
The evil empire. I'm just saying, like, I don't know, man. It don't smell right, y'all.
Yeah. This is definitely going to be a story that continues.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on this one for you,
You know,
guys.
we'll have to keep an eye on this one because it's going to be followed up. There's going to be more and more, you know. So it is officially winter, you know. We're in the new year, 2025. There's
Happy New Year, guys.
a happy New
Happy
Year.
New Year.
Yeah.
Hey, our bad.
Yeah,
Happy New Year from us at the Gambler and the Guardian.
for sure.
Yeah.
You know, coming into this new year, I definitely have something that I want to do personally. I'm trying to snowboard 30 times this year, right?
Oh, snap.
And going on these to the mountain, you got to ride gondolas and chairlifts and all this stuff, and then we saw this clip. So let me show you this, Nathan. So you see this person getting put down on a rope?
They had to evacuate 100 people by rescue, right? By rope. That is
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, so they'll show the guy in a minute here that he's going over like this, shimmying all the way over to the next gondola, and then he lowers down the next person. It was in Colorado. Oh, that sucks. Dang, 150 people stuck on this gondola and have to be evacuated in that way.
Yeah, no. I'm so glad I would never be one of those people.
I mean, that's just nuts, right? And so I've had to ride these gondolas, right? I was up at Heavenly in Lake Tahoe.
I can't imagine myself sitting there and actually waiting for somebody to rescue me out of this. Like, hell no, bro. I'm going to have to find a way up out of there, brother.
Yeah, you think that, and then you're 50 feet up, and
I ain't afraid of heights, bro. I'm just saying, like, I don't know when somebody's coming or not. That's the way I think. I'm thinking, get up out of here.
I mean, there's no way I'd even think about opening that door.
You sit there for an hour and you're like, dude, I feel like the world's about to come to an end, bro.
I mean, if it comes to an end and you're up there, you're kind of stuck.
Oh no. See, that's why I ain't. You know, see. Get your ass up out of there.
So, you know, I've been taking my daughter up and we're going snowboarding, and we ride the tram, and we've ridden the gondola at Heavenly as well, and then also the chairlifts, right? And so when you go up and you're in the gondola, it's like its own self-contained compartment, essentially. And you can fit like 4 or 5 people in there, right? With your skis and snowboards. You hold your skis and snowboards. They're not attached to you, right? The tram is the same thing as a gondola, except it holds like 50 or 70 people the same way, right? And it's much bigger. And then they have the chairlifts, which you get on the chairlift and you have either your skis attached to your feet with your poles in your hands, or you have your snowboard attached to one foot, and then you kind of, you know, get in that chairlift that comes up behind you, grabs your butt, and takes you off, right? So the next one.
I ain't doing none of that, bro.
No, you ain't. What's up?
I ain't riding on none of those lifts you talking about. Look, All that shit you just said right now, that shit all sounded crazy to me just now, bro.
Bro, you're the guy that goes up and cleans light bulbs at the top of one of the cell phone towers.
It ain't about the heights, bro. I see. It's about control. If I'm climbing, so I used to be a tower erector. So I used to climb and build cell towers, right? I've been 1,600 feet up, climbed, right? I don't like anything that I have to sit in, that if something happens to it, I'm out of there. Nah, dog.
Okay.
Like, nah. See, yeah, nah. I ain't on the roller coasters, none of that.
So
None of that. I can't control it. If I'm not look, I'm not driving this mo. Ain't no way in the world, bro.
well, the way that you drive a car, I would assume like you know, you're cool with just about anything because you're like, what?
I have training. I have training.
Okay.
What do you want from me?
Yeah. In and out,
come
bro.
on,
In and
dude.
out.
Stop it, brother.
The next clip is from my home mountain, Heavenly Lake Tahoe. And the crazy thing is we're going to show the first clip from Colorado because I've been doing this snowboard thing. And then, boom, literally at my home spot. I was there the day before this happened. Here it is. You see that chair? You see the people that's stuck in there?
Nah, bro. Ain't doing none of that, bro.
So essentially what happened on this one, something with the chairlift, the chair that's attached to the cable, chair just started coming back towards the other chair. So the cable was moving and the chair wasn't.
So the cable stop broke on the one that was in the front. So would you ride a Gravitron?
I don't even know what a Gravitron is.
You know, it's the thing. It's like round at the fair, and like you go inside of it and you stand there and it spins and it like pushes you to the wall.
I've done it when I was a kid,
Yeah, I would never do that.
but I hated it.
Yeah, I would never do that. I just saw a video earlier of a lady on a Gravitron that she was in there with her kids trying to show off. Like, this is what I used to do when I was a kid. Like, and like was getting up high on the wall.
Yeah.
And like she literally was holding on for life, trying to stop her body from being folded in half. Because the Gravitron like had her, was pushing her head down.
Yeah.
It was going to literally fold her in half, and she was literally.
Oh my gosh, that doesn't sound like
And
fun.
when it finally relaxed, you could see her you could see the thank God on her face, bro.
Yeah.
And like,
oh yeah.
like, look, bro. It's a thing. Like, it's on a cable. It's inside of a. If I can't control it. That's like, so like, I won't go to like New Year's Eve in Times Square. Or I won't go to anywhere where there's like
Too many people
if my skill set, if my unique skill set
cannot help you.
cannot get me out of somewhere
Yeah.
because of volume of people,
Yeah.
I ain't gonna be there.
Yeah, you know what? I'm cool with that, man. I don't need to go to those places anymore. I've done some stuff like that, and I had fun. But I would say now, as I'm getting older, it's just I feel cattle herding kind of thing, and it's just so many people.
Yeah,
and then
we're in America, and America has a what? Mob mentality,
Oh,
right?
they do,
One
yeah.
runs, everybody runs. Don't even know. Hey, nobody even knows why we're running.
yeah, and then people get trampled. You
Boom.
know.
Exactly.
So back to this heavenly thing.
You know who gets trampled, right?
People like me
Nah.
that fall.
Nah, remember those people I was talking about? Remember when I said when stuff hits the fan, you'll be surprised how many people freeze?
Oh yeah. Those are the ones that get trampled.
Those are the ones that hit the ground first, and everybody else starts tripping over them, and that's when it goes down.
Yeah. Okay. I hear you.
It's true, bro.
No,
I'm telling you, I've seen it.
This chairlift, I forget what chair it was. I think it was Comet.
It was what?
It was the Comet chair.
What do you mean?
At Heavenly.
What you mean?
This is the lift that brings up all the skiers and
No,
snowboarders.
but what did you call it?
It's called the Comet. They have
Like
different
as in
names.
a shooting star comet?
Yeah, they have different names.
Every chairlift has a different name?
Yeah. You're not each individual chair, but the lift itself that sends all the chairs up, each one has its own name.
Who knew?
Yeah. So, Heavenly has like 17 different chair lifts. Well, they all have their own name. So, if you're snowboarding, I'm like talking to my buddy that's at the lodge, yeah, we're on the Comet chair, then he could go up and we'll meet you at the top, So, because you're on a big old mountain, I know my neighbor up in South Lake Tahoe, he actually rides that chairlift. That's his lift.
Yeah.
That he rides. And I haven't been back there since this happened, but I'm hoping Alvin's okay. And I'm hoping he wasn't one of those, but he also was probably there to witness it and has a, firsthand story for me of what happened.
Right on.
So this next thing we're going into is the best of the best in armed forces. We've been talking about doing something on the armed forces since our first episode.
Yeah, we're gonna do a piece, like an actual piece, something bigger, where we contribute some good time to this, because this is something that's definitely near and dear to me, because my father is a Green Beret.
And I got family that's been in the military my whole life and for generations.
Yeah, and these guys are the guys that, like, everyone's service is important. All branches of service are very important. All levels of soldier are important. But these guys are the best of the best in the world.
Yeah, the most elite special forces.
Yeah, we have the top fighting forces in the world here out of the United States of America. And at one time, it was only Army that had special forces. And then they all start to get special forces, and now I believe they're like kind of all under the same kind of umbrella, if I'm not mistaken, from what my dad was telling me.
Well, let's here we go. This is just a little video that we have here. The Marine Raiders.
The boy's bad.
Yeah, pararescue.
They gonna come get you
Oh, they're the ones that save your life.
in hostile areas,
Oh, wow.
in the war zone. They come get you in the war zone.
Well, that was your pops.
Yep. Yeah, they'll take over your government.
And then Navy SEALs. Wow, man.
Oof.
Airborne Delta Force.
Oof. I'm surprised they said it even existed.
Yeah. It's so secret, man. Wow.
Yeah. Special thanks to all members of the United States Armed Services. And a special thanks to our elite Special Force members, man. I mean, thank you guys so much for your services and your dedication and all that you guys had to go through to even get to do what you're doing.
Yeah, essentially protecting our way of life. And there's all kinds of politicized stuff.
Oh, it's way, bro.
And things are really nuts with, all the industrial war complex and all this stuff.
Military industrial complex. So there's a lot of stuff that like we are in the United States, we a lot of times are thinking about our government and what's happening here and all this stuff, not understanding the impacts that are global, that are impacting us on a day-to-day basis. And the people that are out there that you don't hear about that are fighting while wars are not happening.
Yeah, we're not at war, but they're out.
But these guys are out here preserving our way of life every day, man, in different parts of the world just to maintain God knows what in terms of some type of resource, some who knows what, for whatever reason. Again, thank you guys from us.
Yeah. Thanks so much for protecting us. We're going to speak a lot more about the armed forces in the future. This is just like a little clip to start the conversation, right?
Yeah.
And
speaking of,
here's the other one.
Not only would we like to thank the men and women of the United States Armed Forces, we would also like to thank the porpoises.
Yeah, the porpoises. They're very purposeful.
Dolphins guard America's nuclear arsenal. The U.S. Naval Base Gitsap holds a quarter of America's nukes. It's defended by
Quarter of them?
Dolphins rely on their sonar capabilities. They can detect mines buried in sediment. If a mine is detected, the animal returns to its handler. The handler gives it a signal to mark its location. Bomb techs neutralize the threat. Dolphins are even trained to take down enemy divers. They will typically swim up to an infiltrator. The dolphins will place a buoy on their back or limb. The device will drag the diver to the surface. During the Vietnam War, dolphins were also used to kill. They stand
What?
divers with poison blades. The dolphins also ripped off their oxygen masks. Dolphins were also used during the Iraq War. They helped clear anti-ship mines and underwater traps. How dolphins guard America's
Yeah. I'll take a dolphin with me in the water any day.
Wow.
Let's go.
I mean, we both spent a bunch of time in Florida. So you've been anywhere in Florida, out close to the water or on the water, you've seen dolphins. They're everywhere. And, dolphins they're playful. They're fun. Like, they literally come up to the boat and say,
I had a
"What's up?"
relationship with a dolphin.
Yeah,
That
really?
I would get off of work at 5 a.m. and go down to I want to say First in Ocean at this at the where you keep the marina down there.
Uh-huh.
And there's this little area that water falls into the water.
Uh-huh.
And he would just be over there.
No kidding.
Yeah, I'd pull up on him and he'd chop. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I mean, dolphins are so cool. I had no idea that, we as humans and our military found a way to put them to work.
I wish it was now. Like back then, I would have got in the water with him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just scared. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I did not start free diving yet.
Oh, okay.
If it was like then, I would have been like, right, I probably would have rode a dolphin, bro.
Oh, I've rode a dolphin.
My kid swim with whale sharks.
Oh, he did. Whale sharks? Those are huge.
Yeah, he swam with whale sharks in the Philippines this summer.
Huh.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, in Mexico, I swam with dolphins.
That's dope.
It was not, it was in the pool at a place where you go do this rather than out in, but, held on the fin and it like pulled me up and like did this stuff. And I remember they did another thing where you you put your legs out, right? And then it comes behind you and grabs your feet and pushes you out of the water and you kind of like stand up, right? So I did it. And this was an insurance trip. And I remember like I took a bunch of people, I won all these trips. So I
Team
took
building.
my mom and all that. Yeah, exactly. And so my mom's out there. So we're swimming with the dolphins and you go for the first thing where you meet them and then like they come up next to you and you hold them and you know they take a picture or whatever, and then you ride them like this. You hold their fin, and then the last one where you know they come up behind you and put you know their nose in your foot and push you out of the water. When it comes to my mom's turn, she goes to do it, and I swear it started lifting her out of the water, and it just her hamstring. She just buckled.
I knew it.
Ripped her hamstring. My mom, the rest of the vacation was like black and blue. Oh, man. The dolphin was the nicest thing. It didn't mean to do it. It was just trying to get her out of the water. But, you know,
that's crazy.
She learned she wasn't supposed to ride dolphins.
Poor mama.
You know? So these dolphins here that go underwater, find mines.
Yeah, they'll pull your mask off your face.
I mean, they use them as weapons.
They'll put a buoy on your back, send you up.
That's kind of smart.
They're dope.
So the dolphins go down. They're holding this buoy thing, attaches it to them, and then it sucks you up to the.
And then they're like again, they live sonar.
Yeah, they just have it.
Crazy, bro.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
They're gonna be Neuralink. They probably Neuralinking the dolphins, bro.
You know what? They might.
They're probably Neuralinking them already.
Who knows what is out there that we haven't been made to see
Nah, what
yet?
I'm saying is you hearing about like what's available to the public from Elon Musk, but you ain't hearing about what he's selling to the government.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's wild. That's wild, man.
So are we
So we have a couple more. We have jumping off rocks, and then we have people who stay genuinely joyful.
I mean, shit, I could rap, to be honest.
You want to rap?
We're
About there, right?
short of 2 hours.
Oh well, then let's
we'd be
let's
golden.
do it.
We could all be happy.
No,
I feel
we're
like
happy.
what we just did was really good, and I feel like
All right.
yeah.
I mean that's what we were
I
trying
don't
to
want to
get
ask
through.
for too much. I feel like
I'm gonna cut then.
All right,
What
let's
did you
do it.
think about relationships and parenting, John?